The Chapman Cultural Center has been a part of the Spartanburg community for years. And I think the community of Spartanburg and the surrounding area looks to this institution to bring them quality in all the arts disciplines. It brings community. It brings a place for our students and families to see their students' visual work, to participate in a beautiful facility that's unlike anything they may have ever experienced. So we're really proud of the fact that we bring and support the arts and that the community is a part of the educational process. When we came together, our STEAM approach is one of community and making sure that our teachers find their joy and their voice and coming together to remember why they teach and why they do what they do. And in STEAM, we support each other. It's not one subject competing with another. It's how we all support each other and work together to do what's best for kids. When they first started this 30 years ago, they saw a need for audience members to be educated, and our students weren't getting what they needed in the classroom.
When you think about STEAM, like I told my family and friends and other colleagues that I was going to a STEAM institute, they're like, "You mean STEM?" No, STEAM. And it's different. You know, you're adding in that extra element of art, and it's just a creative way of thinking and pulling all of those things together.
This one didn't turn out so great, so that's okay.
We have a lot of paper.
Yes. It's using the strengths of each component to enhance, making sure that there's an emphasis on critical thinking and on collaboration. Anything that involves the creative process, making sure that we use that across the curriculum, and also thinking about language and thinking about technology when we are focused on arts as well.
Through STEAM and the study of all of the aspects of STEAM, the arts, including the arts, the sciences, technologies, engineering, mathematics, that gives the meaning of life for students. It gives an opportunity to study all of the subjects in a more in-depth fashion.
Some of the old traditional ways of teaching children, our children are disinterested and they don't want to read, they don't want to write, they want to learn their mathematics. One of the benefits of taking this course is allowing me the opportunity to grow and how I can bring in contemporary art and allow my children in my classroom to relate to the contemporary art and the contemporary artists, to grab and gain bigger meaning out of the artwork, and then incorporate that into teaching literacy, mathematics, science, and social studies.
I think the first thing they'll be able to take back is that STEAM and the arts and working together is not one more thing on their plate, because teachers work really hard. And they have been able to find that creative spirit, and we've sparked that, and we've heard conversations about, I can take this back to my social studies classroom and use it this way, or I can use this in my science classroom. So taking it back with an open mind and finding ways for our kids to have a real hands-on experience, because when you are doing, you're learning, and our students are learning and doing things now that they don't even have a job for yet, because that hasn't been created yet.
In every discipline that you're learning about, it's introduced, it's in your work. It is a part of who we are. It's in our spaces that we live, looking at nature, looking at our architecture, looking at how we dress. Arts, education, STEAM is everywhere.
We're talking about the sounds found around us, how we can tune in to animal sounds, nature sounds, or city sounds, and hear the music within them. And then we put this together, combining into cultural rhythms and some fun and games from around the world. And it becomes great for the students to learn about the different subjects of STEAM through musical arts integration. I want the teachers to be able to inspire their students, just as the spiral of life on our drums starts with each of us as a single point, and as we learn, we build upon those blocks and then share our knowledge with the students, and then hopefully they'll inspire the students to continue the tradition.
Education as a whole needs to put STEAM as a focal point, as a driving force behind the education, empower our students with knowing that it's okay to make a mistake. All the educators are going to do is help you work through those mistakes so that you can understand life better. It is the process that really gives us the opportunities to be our best versions of ourselves.
I think there's a lot of room for STEAM to be integrated into the classroom. We need to learn more about it as our teachers and then bring that platform into the classroom for our children. There's lots of room to grow in that area.
We do need to get our legislators involved. We do need to get our school board members involved in understanding. It's not just at the engineering classroom, it's not at the magnet schools, it's in all the classes, it's in all of the disciplines that we're teaching. However, the language has to be used more than just STEAM. It's everywhere.
It's a way to bridge all of those things into an idea. And I feel like we just, as teachers, need to embrace that more than what I think we're too focused on facts and standards. And we need to kind of get away from that and broaden.
And the center is just a great place for all of that creativity to resonate. Like you have your dancing, your dance studios here. You have your art studios here. You have your theater, your music. All of it is here in one center.
I think the Chapman Cultural Center has really enriched Spartanburg, and the community has really embraced it, and it's just this wonderful, happy place. And the STEAM Institute has its perfect home here.